That's what's really interesting, and that's what we sent a team from CNN to go and investigate, given these reports coming out of Yiwu. So these reports out of Yiwu saying that the city in eastern China was giving out experimental coronavirus vaccines at a nominal fee for the general public. So a team led by David Culver, they went to the ground. This is what they learned, that number one, it was only one clinic that was distributing these vaccines. Number two, that there was an age limit for the vaccine. Contrary to a lot of reports out there, children were not being vaccinated with this experimental vaccine. There was an age limit for adults only between the ages of 18 and 59. And it was also being distributed on a first-come, first-served basis. So by the time that David Culver and his team got to this clinic, they already ran out of the vaccines. But what they found instead was really interesting. They found a number of Chinese nationals who traveled even from neighboring provinces rushing into Yiwu to have an opportunity to take this, again, experimental vaccine, not because of the status of the pandemic inside China, it's largely under control, but because of a desire to be able to travel internationally again. I want you to listen to this exchange between David Culver and a businesswoman named Annie Ku, who traveled from Guangdong province to Yiwu, and she speaks fluent Spanish. Take a listen.
¿Por qué?
Para la vacuna.
La vacuna.
Dice ya no hay, así que tenemos que consultar otro lado.
And so they told you they don't have any, and so you have to go find another place.
Now, to be able to travel internationally again, a number of Chinese nationals, including Annie Ku, they are clamoring to get vaccinated even with this experimental vaccine. They want it, and critically, they trust it. You know, since July, an estimated hundreds of thousands of people in China have been vaccinated with these experimental coronavirus vaccines under an emergency use provision that's been authorized by the Chinese government. These individuals include frontline medical workers, border patrol agents, and international businesswomen and businessmen as well. And some experts worry that these experimental vaccines may have unintended and perhaps harmful side effects. And not only that, one virologist I spoke to recently here in Hong Kong said even if this vaccine passes phase 3 or stage 3 trials or human trials, they still pose a risk. Listen to this.
In the history of vaccine development, there are many examples that even if the vaccine has passed the phase 3 trials, still there might be problem. Whether there might be ADE in the case of SARS-CoV-2, it is still unknown, and we have to find out. And only after completion of the phase 3 can we have a definite answer to that. Otherwise, it's risky.
And not only that, China's vaccine industry has a spotty and troubled safety record. Over the last decade, the vaccine industry has been hit by a number of scandals, including scandals involving vaccines for children. That being said, a number of people, hundreds of thousands in China, and those interviewed by David Culver in Yiwu, are willing to take experimental vaccines. And China at the moment in the vaccine race stands out in front. 4 out of the 10 experimental coronavirus vaccines that are now undergoing phase 3 trials are being developed by Chinese manufacturers. Back to you.